Okay guys, we're gonna go ahead and clean this carburetor now. First things first, let's go ahead and pull the top off where we put that screw back in. See if we can get both of them screws out so we can do it. I know the one screw will come out because we had it out. I don't know about the other screw. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get them out. Okay, good. So we got that coming loose. So we're gonna have a spring, I believe, up in here with a diaphragm on the top, hopefully. We'll find out if it's in good shape or if it is screwed up. And it looks like it's screwed up because it probably was pinched because it wasn't put in there properly. So I might have to order a new diaphragm because you can see where it was pinched there and pinched there. It's actually got a little rip in it. So it may not run at all. I really don't know. And it does seem like it is stuck. So we'll... I hate prying these things. I might be able just to take the screwdriver and give it a little bit of oomph to break loose. Yeah. There we go. So let's go ahead and pull that out. And we'll set that there, because I'm probably gonna order a new one. It may run, but you can see from when the people cleaned it last time, they had it pinched. You can see pinched there, right there where it ripped it, and where they cut it there. So that was probably the main issue on why it wasn't running right. So I'm gonna have to probably order a new one of these, pull the carburetor back apart, and put it in there. But at least I can put this in there with the carburetor back in the engine once I get everything cleaned. Might order a new spring too, because they bent the spring. So you can see it ain't straight. It's got an extra coil there, so it's not gonna have the right tension on it. So it may not run the thing right, because they just botched it putting it back together. So, let's see what else they botched. At least they didn't go and just buy the cheapy carburetor from somewhere. So they cleaned the original carburetor. Oh, let's see what the inside looks like. Now I'm kind of concerned about how the inside of this is going to look. Because you can see the needle, how the needle looks. So I got a feeling the bowl's probably going to be really dirty. So I'm not sure if the people that they were paid to do it or if they did it themselves and got it, which is possible. It happens. So at least this thing's a newer bike, so we can still buy all the parts. So we could even probably buy a brand new OEM carburetor. That one wasn't even tight. Oh, that's great. That always makes stuff work great. Yeah. So they broke the main jet, and then they took a cutoff wheel, and you can see where they cut it, so they can use a flat blade in there. I don't know if that's going to affect anything. So some of them need to have pulling. It may or may not. I don't even know if the seal's going to seal good or not, because you can see. Oh, this is why you have issues with stuff. So you can see where the bowl seal was not set properly when they put it back on, and it pinched it funky. So I'm probably just gonna end up ordering a new bowl seal too. I might throw it back together with this seal and try it so I can see what else we need to order. So let's keep going into this carburetor and see what else is screwed up. While this is sitting, I'm going to take some carb clean and I'm going to spray into the bowl, because you can see the the tar or the varnish that's in there. So yeah, so we're just going to spray that and let that sit with some cleaner in there, so it can hopefully try to dissolve that while I'm disassembling the rest of it. Seeing what else is broke. So let's see if we can get this pin out, so that way I can maybe get the needle out. We'll see if the needle's screwed up. That pin seems free, so that's good. I'm going to pull the needle out. The needle actually seems clean. The floats look okay, which doesn't correspond to that. So I'm wondering if they didn't do a very good clean on it. But the needle seems okay. Let's try to pull the rest of the jets out, and we'll see if we can break them more, since they had a hard time getting them out. We'll pull the little jet out, and we'll see how bad that is. It doesn't look too bad. I don't know if you guys can see through it. There we go. So we can see through them. Let's roll it around. You can see through them. So that's the main thing. Okay guys, so we've got that tube out. I showed you guys what it looked like. We're gonna go ahead and try to get this other jet out. I'm not very happy with how it looks, but I might try to get it out, check it, put it back in, order one, and maybe change it, maybe not. It's probably gonna be 30, 40 bucks for the jet. But if I put it back in and it runs, might just leave it. Just more of a cosmetic thing. So I'm gonna move it and hold the carburetor so I can get a better grip on it. So I really can't get it out, which is not surprising. That's probably why it's stuck. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna try to clean it best I can. So I think that's the main jet that goes up into there. Man, I probably should get it out. Urgh. I just don't know if I can get it out without destroying it. So I mean, everything else seems fairly clean in this thing. As you guys can see, it's not too bad. I'm just going through, just cleaning the body off. So, yeah. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna leave that as it is for now. I mean, it does seem to be free and flowing through properly. So we're just gonna leave that for now. I'm gonna end up ordering one, and we'll take it apart later on, and if anything, I'll drill it, put an extractor in it once I can see how big this body is, because I don't want to screw it up. So I want to make sure I can get one too. So let's go on and finish cleaning the rest of this stuff. Get all the goo off there. Okay, now we should be able to put this back in here. Just like that. It should be able to reach in there. If I push it down, it goes up and down. So it goes up and down like it should. So we're gonna go ahead and try to put this top back on here and see if I can kind of get it in. Man, that's all screwed up. We're gonna do the best we can for now. So that way I can get one later on. And probably what they did when they put the spring in before, they didn't have it on that. See the little tit that it goes on? Probably didn't have it on the little tip. So, and you can see how they pinched it there. So, not much we can do about that. It's already screwed up. So, we're just gonna run with it for now and try to make the best out of what we have, because I want to see if this thing will run as it is. So I know I have to order parts, but I'm dying to see if this thing will run. It may run, but it may run crappy. So we're gonna go ahead and put that back on there. We're gonna stick the other screw back in there just to hold it for now. So that's back on that, just to hold it all together. Okay, and as you guys can see, I do have that seal put in there properly this time. So they might have even bent the top cap looking at that. So I might just order a new top cap, because you can see where it looks like it's pushed out there, even though it's in there where it should be. So they might have bent that when they put it together. Prime example of, if you're not sure what you're doing, don't touch it, but oh well. That must be a choke diaphragm or something. I wonder if that's all gummy. So that's a throttle position sensor there. This might be some type of solenoid. Let's just see if we can get that out and make sure it's not all gooed up. That black cover just slides off, and we can get down to the screw here, and we'll just go ahead and pull that out. Hopefully I don't break anything. I don't know what exactly it's for. It might be for a choke, like I'm thinking. So we're going to rotate that there. And that way we can hopefully, well, if it wants to stay there, it stays there. So we'll pull that up. We'll check. It doesn't look too bad. But let's put some carb cleaner through it anyway. Just watch your face. Like I said, watch your face. Make sure everything's flowing good. And it is. Make sure that's all clean. It does seem to be moving, so it ain't stuck. Probably shouldn't do that, but that's okay. So we're gonna go ahead and just push that back on there, because now everything looks good in there. We're gonna spin that back around, and we're gonna put the screw back in. Sorry guys if I haven't been on the view as much as I should be. Go ahead and tighten that back up. Get that tight. Okay, so now that spins, I don't know. I'm gonna put that back on there. So let's flip that back here. Let's dump this carb cleaner out on our mat. Okay, so the carb cleaner ate up the goo on the bottom, so we don't have any goo down there anymore. Just gonna blow through that just to make sure. Okie dokie. So now, see if we can get it to focus. Okay, so now we can definitely see through there. We can see through there. And then we should be able to see through there. And it is blocked. So that is blocked going through there. So let's try some more carb clean on it, and we'll go from there. Okay, guys, after some persuasive cleaning, we got it cleaned. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it or not, but it's really hard to see. It's got a really small hole in the middle of it, and it's hard to get lit up, but I did get it cleaned using means that aren't approved per se, because the hole in this thing is really small, and it's like a calibrated hole, I guess you could say. It's a certain size that it's supposed to be. So you can maybe come across one of these and clean it, per se. Not that I'd say to do that, because you can damage the hole, but don't use a drill bit. Unless you have like microscopic drill bits, but the holes are really small in it. It's really hard to see. For real. Actually, this one still looks like it's partially blocked. So I'm gonna keep cleaning it with carb clean and go from there. Alright guys, I don't know if I can show it to you now or not. There you guys go. You can see it. If I can get it to focus on that. There you guys go. Now you can see through it. So that's what you guys want to be able to do, is to see through it. So we're gonna go ahead and get this put back together now. So that's the main one that you really have to worry about there. This guy's a 353, it looks like. So we're gonna go ahead and put that back together now. Oops. That's pretty well stuck. I'll go ahead and see if I can maybe clean that a little bit better, because I still see some gunk in that one. Okay, right now we're good, I think. So we're gonna go ahead and reassemble all this. We're gonna put that needle jet back on the float, flip that around, and drop that down into there. We're gonna take this pin, push this pin back in there. Okay, this is pretty well clean. Just hit it one more time just to make sure. Okay. Now the best part we're gonna try to do is try to see if we can get it back on with that gasket all screwed up. Don't know how well that's gonna work. So chances are this thing's probably gonna leak. That's my guess. We'll see. So I'll probably be taking this carburetor back off to fix a leaking gasket. But we can at least see if it runs. Go ahead and tighten that up. Go ahead and get the other screws in and we'll tighten them up. So I gotta order a bowl gasket and I gotta order the top diaphragm for it. So that's in. That's in. Okay, so that's all back together. So let's go ahead and put it back on the moped.